Добрий день, шановні колеги. З вами Надія Макаренко і туристичний оператор Тревел Дизайнер. Сьогодні ми продовжуємо знайомитися з неймовірними напрямками. Сьогодні будемо говорити про Африку. Зокрема, сьогодні мова піде про Намібію. Сьогодні з нами Емілі, і він розповість нам про неймовірний напрямок, про Намібію і заклади розміщення від компанії Gondwana. Це один із топових лідерів цього напрямку, і вони дійсно неймовірні в тому, що вони роблять. У них неймовірний продукт, у них цього року з'явилися нові заклади розміщення, тому я думаю, що ця сесія буде для нас дуже важлива і дуже цікава. Я переходжу на англійську, і ми будемо слухати презентацію. В завершенні я знову повернусь на українську. Якщо у вас залишаються питання, будь ласка, ви можете залишати їх в коментарях до цього відео. І сподіваюся, що вам буде цікаво так як і мені. Thank you, Emily, for joining us today. It was really great to know more about Gondwana and to share with everyone about your products, about your services.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, Nadia. And for those that will be seeing this slide, I'm going to share my screen. What we normally do is I'm going to give you an overview of the destination. For those of you that have never been to Namibia, it is an exceptionally exciting country. We normally refer to it as Old Southwest Africa, but it is now what we call Namibia. It is a very arid country. It's quite dry. Most of the year we receive no rain. Our rainfall is between December and April. However, that should not discourage you to travel, as the rain very sparsely does occur in the country. It is a current year-round travel destination. So the country is sold predominantly during the high season. So that would be July to October. However, we do encourage guests and agents to travel during low season. So this would be from November up until April. So that does include the rainy season, because you have so many more opportunities to see the highlights of the country, as well as your rental vehicle is a lot cheaper. This is the only aspect of your tour that will be seasonal. So our accommodation offering for the Gondwana Collection does not have a seasonal price. It is one price throughout the year. Everything else does fluctuate. All right. So if I can quickly share.
Yes.
So the Gondwana Collection is broken up into a few different categories that we call collections. We have the Secret, the Premium Plus, the Premium Collection, the Comfort Collection, the Experience Collection, the Adventure Collection, and the Camping Collection. So Namibia is one of the few countries that does not have an official star grading for their properties. So if you go to South Africa, you'll have a 5-star hotel or a 4-star hotel or 3-star for that matter. Namibia does not have an official star grading. We are busy with the Namibian Tourism Board to get this up to speed. But while that is happening, Gondwana has classified its properties into these collections. So what I want to do is for you today is to highlight a few of the 5-star, or what we call 5-star collection items, which is our Secret collection items, and then some of the Premium, and then some of our Adventure collection items. These are the most sought after and best-selling products in our collection. All right. Starting with our Secret collection. So the idea behind the Secret collection is out of the ordinary, very, very luxurious. They only cater for 2 people at a time. So if you think about honeymooners, if you think about luxury travelers, not meant for families, it is absolutely, how can I put this? Very intimate, very exclusive, very inclusive. So the concept is built out of what we refer to as pods. So if you just look at the overview, we're starting from the first one, the Wynberg pod. I'll go into each one individually. The Wynberg urban pod is in Windhoek. The Reverie is in the Kalahari. The Desert Whisper pod, which is one of the very first ones we built, is our best-selling pod, is in the Namib Desert area. The Pearls is in Swakopmund at the coast. The Ikipa is in Etosha. And then the Namushasha River Villa is in the north towards the Zambezi. So each one of these is built to mimic the surrounding area, to have a look and feel based off of the location that presents itself in. The concept is built on the following. Every unit is fully inclusive, meaning all meals and activities are included, except for those in town, because for instance, Windhoek, there aren't that many activities available. So that would be on a book and pay basis. So if you want to do a city tour or if you want to go for dinner, whatever the case is, this will be an additional extra. What we do include is it's a fully stocked unit. So all drinks and all snacks and all meals are included in the villa. Say for the Swakopmund, the Pearls, it's fully stocked, fully equipped, fully kitted. And the concept for these two units specifically differ a little bit from the rest of the collection. So they can cater for families because there are multiple rooms located in the pod. You have a main room, so this is where you cater for two people separately, and then there are other rooms attached to the unit. Here you pay per room inside the unit, whereas for the rest of the secret collection you pay for the entire unit. But the rest, so for instance the Reverie, the Desert Whisper, the Keeper, and the Namushasha River Villa only cater for two. What makes them so unique is there's only one of each. You do not find a condominium of these units. You don't find an entire lodge of these units. There is only one of every concept. So if I can quickly show you the Wynberg, which is located in Windhoek. So it is a villa. There are two rooms in this unit. You have a main room and then you have another family room, so you can cater for four. There is a third room effectively, but this caters for a nanny or a bodyguard, depending on the type of clientele that we cater for. Let me quickly show you the gallery. So this one is in a complex of other units. This is the lounge area. Sorry, our internet is a little bit slow. So this is the main master bedroom. This is the terrace. There's the balcony from the kitchen area, the balcony with private pool and facilities, your fully equipped kitchen. Sorry, our connectivity here isn't great today. Okay, there's a dedicated office in here. We often have corporate and embassy guests that visit this area so that they will have secretaries make use. So the second bedroom with an ensuite bathroom and twin beds. We have a little play area with a courtyard and some putt-putt facilities, a little seating bench, and this is just the unit from the front. All right. There's the terrace again. This one has a different layout, just to give you an idea of what it looks like, right? So then let me just go back. Right. Okay. And then just to show you what it looks like in Swakopmund, similar concept as to the one I just showed you in Windhoek. This is in Swakopmund. Also two rooms. There are two different units right next to each other. There's a 2-bedroom and a 3-bedroom unit. So they can be booked independently from one another. They are not meant to be booked at the same time. You pay per room. They are located right on the beach with private entrances. What makes these units quite unique is the fact that inside the garage of each unit is a rental vehicle included in the price. So you don't have to additionally rent a vehicle. So for the duration of your stay, a minimum of 2 nights stay preferably, then we allow you to make use of the vehicles, right? Beautiful decor. Also a study area. This is the top terrace suite. A lot of guests enjoy their breakfast or their dinner here. Please note that these are self-catering units, but we do also offer concierge and butler services. So if you would like to have dinner or meals cooked for you, this is the option available, but this comes at an additional cost. There's a jacuzzi unit available on the top decking. It overlooks the Atlantic Ocean. All right. I can share all of these links to you as well in terms of the iBrochure. So if there's anything you would like to dig into in terms of the units, what they look like, if you want to read more information, you can just say, and I will do that. All right. So now I can get in some of the exciting things, because to me, if you stay in town, it's very similar to what Europe looks like. So you don't come to Namibia to experience a European feel. So if I go, for instance, to the Reverie, which is in Kalahari, you get a proper feel for Namibia. So this is in the bush. It's amongst the sand, you know, it is proper Namibian. So the Reverie was built this year in April, and it's very, very new. It's one of the newest additions to our secret collection. It is meant to mimic the look and feel of ostrich eggs in the Kalahari. I'll show you now what I meant by these. So you have these pods, or you have these clusters of buildings that are put together. One is your bedroom, one is your kitchen and dining area, and the other is the lounge. And you also have this outside bath area. It's all completely segregated from anything else. So it's you and your partner, you and your husband, whatever the case is, and it's completely separate from anyone. It's completely private. So this is the view from the outside pool area. There's a barbecue or just a fireplace for you to enjoy. What makes these offerings unique is all the food and all the dining facilities already included. So if you have guests that only eat fish and they only like white wine, we fully stock these units with fish and white wine for you. All the activities available on the premises is included in the price. Here you pay for a unit price. So you can stay up to a maximum of 2 people. So that is included in, so the price is for up to 2 people. So you pay one price, and all the activities are available upon request for you in that price. So the nice thing is you don't have to pre-book the activity. There is a satellite phone for you available at the unit. You can phone your guide. You have a private guide, you have a private chef and a private butler, and you can phone them at any time of the day to request service. So if you'd like to take breakfast at 10 o'clock in the morning, they can come and have breakfast made for you at the kitchen. If you would like to have a game drive at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you phone them and they will come by, because there's a dedicated vehicle for this unit to take you out on game drives. If you like to do a guided hike, same thing. They are there for your beck and call. Right. The inside bath and bathroom area. And just a view from the lounge. And this is what it looks like from the outside, just an aerial view. So it's built amongst the Kalahari rolling dunes. This is on a very private area of land that we own. There is another lodge, which is about 15 kilometers away. No one comes here except for the guests that are privately booked. So no one has access to it apart from the guests that stay. If you do require assistance, you have that satellite phone, which is available 24/7. You can phone reception, you can phone your guides, you can access assistance from the reception area, right? Okay. There's the vehicle that was specifically updated for the Reverie, and this will take you in and around the lodge area as you refer. Okay. And there's the exterior bathroom. You walk from your pod to the bath at night. There will be champagne waiting. You have a romantic bath, and you can enjoy the sunset. Okay, and there's just another aerial view from what it looked like. All right, good. Okay, so this is one of the more unique concepts. Okay, if I jump back to the secret collection, I just want to show you the latest edition, which is the Ikipa. So the name Ikipa refers to traditional Oshivambu necklaces that the Oshiwambu tribe wears in Namibia. So if you come from a very affluent family and your family has a bit of money, the ladies, especially from royal families, wear this ikipa. So it's a bone and golden jewelry necklace, and from the top it's round and it has a very specific design. So if you look at this tower from the top, from an aerial view, the way that it's shaped, it looks like an ikipa. So this is where it got its inspiration from. So that was one concept on this design. And then from the outside, I will show you in the gallery now, it has this very specific cladding. So this very specific covering on the outside. This is meant to look like elephant skin or elephant hide, because the Etosha area surrounding it is full of elephants. So we wanted to take some inspiration from the area in Etosha. Very similar concept to the one that you just saw. It caters for only 2 people per night. And this one is a double decker. And it's quite opulent in the sense that it's got leathers and metal and wood. And so all of the horns you see here is made from wood. It's not from actual animal skin. But there's quite a bit of leather, like I mentioned. So it's meant to be very rich in color and feel and texture. So the top has your ensuite bathroom and the main bed. And then the bottom area has your lounge and your kitchen, your dining area, and then the infinity pool. All right, so this is the back entrance. As you enter, no one can see anything from either side except the guests. That's just the view from Etosha. Where's the rest of the pictures? Okay, I will share an updated link to this one because I see it hasn't been updated properly. Yeah, let me show you the first picture again. So here's the infinity pool from the front of the deck. So it runs over to the to the main view. So the equipa points towards Etosha. No one can see you from your balcony. So it's also very, very private. But it's close enough to reception for you to call in case you need anything. Similar concept, private butler, private concierge, private vehicle, if required to do any activities. And reception is open 24/7, specifically for the guests that stay here. Fully inclusive, once again, all meals, all activities, all drinks, and it's all on private use basis. Okay. So in terms of the secret collection, I think you understand the idea behind it. I will do one more in this collection. This was one of the very first secret collection units that we built. This one was built in 2019, and it is by far the best-selling unit in our secret collection. So it is built in the Namib Desert, very close to the Desert Grace, which is also a very, very well-selling unit or set of lodges. And when we originally built it, we got a lot of inquiries from operators and from locals, and they thought there was an alien spaceship that landed in the desert because of the way that it looks. If you have a look at the back cladding, it's made from metal. And it was specifically designed that way because over the years, it will start rusting and it will go red so that it forms part of the natural landscape. So eventually it goes invisible. Because it will form the same color as the surrounding environment. So it's also very, very thoughtful and sought after. Where this lady is standing, you should actually not be. This was just for the picture. It's just to give you an idea of the expansive landscape in front of the Desert Whisper, right? So this is what it looks like from the side. Like I told you, it looks a little bit alien. It looks like a spaceship, and that's that metal color starting to rust. You have your own private plunge pool. And you have a little, there's a hidden, what do you call it, a fridge here in the front, and it's fully stocked for you as well. This is the view from the deck in the mornings, or in the afternoons at least. It is absolutely beautiful. I was lucky enough to stay here recently. It is really, really something else. And there's a king size bed, same as with the others, and there's a massive, massive shower in the middle. It's absolutely fantastic. What makes this one quite unique is there's this fantastic telescope. And at night, Namibia is one of the few countries in the world that has a dark sky that falls under the dark sky category. So we have naturally no light pollution, especially in the Namib Desert area. So once the lights go out, and the stars come out. It is some of the best stargazing activities in the world that you can see directly from your deck. It is absolutely amazing. Here's a bit of a lounge area. There's a fully stocked bar, or part of the fully stocked bar at least. The nice thing about how these secret collection units are built is if your clients only enjoy cognac and red wine and very expensive whiskeys, we send you a list and you can tell us what it is they enjoy, and we will stock the units according to their preferences. Here's the kitchen. One of the other concepts as well is with a private chef. If you don't want to cook for yourself, the chef will come and do the meals for you. Alternatively, you tell us the client only enjoys game meat, they only eat pheasant, they only eat turkey, and we will stock the entire fridge with the meals prepped for you. And all you need to do is they will give you a recipe and you cook it according to the recipe. A lot of guests prefer it this way because they want to be left by themselves. They want to be private and they actually enjoy the experience. Okay, there's the kitchen. View from the hanging or the swinging chairs from the deck. There's a railing in front. It doesn't look that way, so no one can fall off. I know it's a little deceiving. And then just a view from Dune 45, right? All the activities included as well. Right, and then just a view of our private Kalahari Park, our private Namib Desert Park. Okay, just dining from the deck. This is what it looks like at night. All the planking and all the decking area is lit. Okay. All right, so that's it for the secret collection. Then I would like to jump forward to our adventure collection. So we've noticed now, so the desert collection or the secret collection, all those beautiful, unique units that we just saw, they are some of our best selling. They are also our most expensive or our most very carefully curated units. They sell very well, even though they come at a premium price. We built another very unique offering in Namibia, and we were the first to do this. It's called our camping to go unit. So they are effectively glamping units, and they come in at a very good price range because they are not as highly priced or well priced as the lodging, but they're not as cheap, I want to say. And I'm saying cheap because I'm thinking about how much value is in it as you're camping, but they're as comfortable as a lodge room. So let me show you one of my favorites is the Kalahari Anab camping to go. So the concept remains the same throughout, even though the location changes. So the idea is that 4 people can stay here per night, and it is fully equipped for 4 individuals. So for families or for younger groups traveling together, or a bunch of friends, or whoever the case is. So what is included is all your crockery, all your linen, all your cookware. It has electricity. It has running water. If you have a look at this little white space in the back, this is brick and mortar. So this is your bathroom area. Here is your sleeping quarters. And then in the front is your dining area, your kitchen, your fridge. And then in front of it, let me just jump ahead a little bit. In front is your private space. So every unit, we have 8 units per property. There at select properties. There's about a 50-meter gap between you and your neighbor. So it's very private, very secluded. These sell, I think, probably better than any of our lodge rooms. And the reason why we built them is because clients wanted to be closer to nature. They wanted to be secluded. They wanted to be private, but they did not want to be in a campsite because campsites come with some challenges. People don't like to be on the ground. They don't like being uncomfortable with sharing bathrooms with other clients. So this is where it was born out of. Right. But it has all the bare necessities. The only thing you need to take with you is the clothes you want to wear and the food you want to cook. But what a lot of clients also now do is they only take clothes and they eat at the lodge. You don't even have to cook your own food. So this is a very, very nice alternative to lodging, right? So 4 packs total. It can take up to. Bathroom at the back is very nicely equipped. It has a shower. It is not very disabled friendly, I must be honest, but we do have some units where we've built ramps or we do equip with ramps. but it's still a challenge for guests to get into the bathroom. Right. It has a fan. Some of them have mobile aircon units that we shift around depending on what the requirement is. But most of the time, guests are out exploring activities, or you go to the main lodge area to use the pool. So you won't be here during the hottest time of the day as well. Good. And what is included in the rate as well is your the cleaning facility. So our lodge cleaners, they don't only come around to clean the rooms, they come and clean the tents for you as well. Okay. I just want to show you another one of these in terms of concept, which is beautiful. Is where's no, here. These are in the north, close to the Zambezi, but they are all river facing. So this is the main lodge area. Very similar concept, same design, same style. This is where they make use of the don't tell me we don't have a photo of this. No, they didn't update the photos. I'm sorry. Okay. Right. So the only difference, for instance, with the river properties is these units are river facing. So the whole unit will be facing the river, and what we allow clients to do is they can fish directly from these units. Okay, so it's a bit of an activity. Okay. And then what I wanted to also touch on is, and this was a specific request, is everything that is new at Gondwana. So I showed you the Ikipa, which is in Etosha. I showed you the Reverie, which is in the Kalahari. It's also new. And then I wanted to show you, sorry, wrong one. I wanted to show you, okay. So in October 2024, so end of October last year, this cover page is actually a brilliant representation of the lodge. This is an old picture of the Chobe River campsite. This is right by the Ngoma border between Namibia and Botswana. We decided to upgrade this entire campsite simply because for 4 months of the year, this is absolute paradise. When the floodplains are in season, as you see it now, we have the most amazing wildlife sighting in the entire Namibia. You have elephants, you have buffalo. Buffalo aren't indigenous to Namibia, they crossed from Botswana. You sometimes have game predators from the regional areas. You have giraffes, you have crocodiles. They flood these areas. There are hundreds and hundreds of them close in proximity to the lodge. So people come in droves to come and view it from here. The rest of the time, when the water subsides, we cannot do water activities. There are far too many bugs and mosquitoes, and it is a nightmare to stay here. So it's very, very uncomfortable when it's hot. So what we did was we decided to have a look at what makes this so unique. I mean, the area is fantastic. It's an hour's drive, hour and a half drive from Chobe, and 2.5 hours drive to Vic Falls. And then you are in the Vic Falls. So the location is fantastic. So what we did was we broke down the entire lodge and we built it from scratch. So to give you an idea of what it looked like, you quickly saw this picture. That is what it looked like. It was these proper Livingston tents. So what we went and did was, just hold on. We rebuilt them from scratch and we redid them all to look like this. So they are now octagon tents, and they have these massive, expansive glass windows, and with quite a bit of luxury. The previous tents did not even have ideal air cons. They were water coolers, and it was horrendous. It was hot and it was really uncomfortable. So they have proper viewing decks now for game activity. The inside has been completely redone and revamped and remodeled. So you have very, very nice sleeping facilities. The bathroom is decent. You don't have to worry about bugs and all kinds of uncomfortable things getting into the rooms. The bedding and the linen has been rethought out. It's quite a bit of a step up from where it originally was. Right. The colors are very nice Pantones, very, very thoughtfully colorful. It's no longer dark and dingy. It doesn't look like any other African camp, if you call it that way. Right. I mean, these glass panels are massive, and you see savannas wherever you look. Right. So massive improvement from where it was. So Chobe River Camp, there are 20 units in total. And then what else is new? Okay. I don't think this one is done yet, but let me just show you. Okay, yes. I have a concept photo. So Namushasha River Lodge is right opposite the Bobata National Park in the north. This is a concept photo of what the room is going to look like now. We only finished the upgrades this year, November. So the double and the twin rooms are being completely redone. I just quickly want to show you what it looks like currently. It was quite dark simply because of this. It is surrounded by all of these mahangu trees and the hardwood and the leadwood trees that grow from the river into the lodge. So you can imagine it's like putting covers over your eyes and trying to see out. So that's the effect it had. And what we did was, instead of cutting down the trees, which we did not want to do because it's part of the natural environment, we completely redesigned the rooms to let a lot more to let a lot more light in. So we changed the coloring in the room, we changed the painting in the room, and we added much bigger glass screens into the room. Right? Sorry, next. Here. So there's a lot more natural light that comes into the room. Previously, we had very dark woods, very dark tiling, very dark furniture, because that is how we bought the lodge from the previous owner. So we took it, we ran with it for a few years. It did well. It was very well received. It was very well taken on. We kept it clean, but it was necessary to give it a lot of new life, a lot of natural light to give it a bit of more a natural look and feel. Right. So Namushasha is being revamped. Namushasha is being redone. What makes Namushasha very, very unique is there's an area in the Bobata National Park called the Horseshoe. And a horseshoe in the shape, as you can imagine, does that. And that is where the rivers from Botswana delta into Namibia. And in the Horseshoe area is a massive elephant migration every year. And you get some of the best elephant viewing opportunities in this area. So the combination of activities would include, it's about a half an hour boat drive or boat ride, and then the boat ride is concluded, and then you do a 2.5 hour game drive to the Horseshoe area, and you can watch elephants and sometimes even buffalo, and then lechwe, which is a very specific northern antelope in the crossing area, and then on the way back you do a game drive or boat drive combination again. So it's one of the few areas where you do both activities in one go. It's a combination of the boat drive and the game drive.
Колеги, дякую вам за увагу. Я сподіваюся, що це було дуже натхненно. Намібія залишається один із дуже особливих напрямків для мене. Сподіваюся, що ця презентація готелів теж надихнула вас сьогодні. І якщо ви залишаються питання щодо напрямку Намібії, якщо ви хочете організувати свій тур, якщо ви шукаєте колаборації з нами як туристична агенція, будь ласка, звертайтесь за контактами, які ви знайдете під цим відео, і я сподіваюся, що ви отримаєте свою мандрівку мрії. Дякую вам.